Hey everybody, Mobile Gamers Unite coming at you with another FTC compliant video for adults. Alright, so Langrisser just got a huge update. A lot of things to talk about, including this girl right here, Yulia. We did pull her for the sake of, well, just kind of reviewing her, checking her out, seeing how powerful she is. She is very powerful. It's not even funny how strong this girl is. My personal opinion thus far is they didn't even have to give this girl healing abilities. Like, they could have just left her alone with her talent, and she is the sauce right now. So other than that, we also finally get to run more of the bond levels. We get to run 18 times now instead of 9 times. So everybody make sure to go into Bond Realm and run your extra runs. We haven't had this happen in a while. So, and it gives people a good chance to work on their Yulia. I know a lot of people are trying to pull dupes of Yulia. I tried, I pretty much just tried to get the other character if I could, so I could review that as well. No such luck, and I did have to leave, the majority of my crystals. Look at that, I love that. And then she heals herself, obviously, with Heaven's Gift, or whatever it's called. Gift of Eternal Life. So, yeah, she's just that amazing. Resiliency is the key here. This girl's just going to keep coming back to life. Now, we're going to read over her talent. It's kind of weird to me because they said something about some 95%, so I don't know what the deal is. Langrisser just cannot find good translators to save its life. But I'm sure they're working on it, right? But yeah, guys, don't miss out on your chance to run the extra runs through the Bond Realm. And it gives you a good chance to work on Yulia. She is a character that gets substantially more powerful the more you star her up, because she gets to come back to life more times. And I think that's why Nitro tried to pull a second one himself. He's trying to do it, I think, for PvP. I can't speak for him, but if I had to guess, that's probably what he wanted with this girl. Because I've already seen videos of Yulia absolutely destroying PvP maps, just taking out the whole enemy team all on her own. And now I can see how she can do that. And on top of that, she can give support healing for the rest of your team. In a nutshell, she's like Chris on crack. That's the easiest way of putting it. So I have yet to see the full extent of her power. That's kind of why I'm just kind of running around with her, playing around with her, seeing what she does. I also haven't even put a fusion power on her yet. And I haven't had to worry about it because it's not like she's going to die. She'll come right back to life. So this is only her at a 3-star. I can only imagine how strong she gets. I also like that, obviously, they give her a ranged attack that goes off her intelligence, and her little spearmen, or whoever her troop is, they can also attack. And look, they just inflicted a break onto this guy. So I absolutely love that. Whatever troop you bring, you can use their ability with one of her attacks for sure, and really that's the only one she needs. Like, everything else she brings can just be a support ability, and she's still gonna do plenty hella good. So let's take a look at her real quick. She should be down here somewhere. Should be around here. There she is. Here is our Yulia that we just pulled today. She is at 4K. Here is the equipment that I managed to piece together for her. Wasn't all that bad because we do have an arcane battle grab just laying around. I threw that on her. I gave her Gift of Eternal Life because the other character that was using this obviously is not as powerful as her. It was Geralt and Layla, okay? There, I said it. So now she is camping onto this thing. I think she's going to be holding on to it for a while. Gift of Eternal Life, really, it's got to be one of her best in slot items. If I'm wrong about that, somebody please correct me and tell me what her best in slot is, because I'm pretty sure Gift of Eternal Life is at least one of them. I ended up with an extra Chiefs helmet that was level 50, so I just threw that on her. And Eye of the Beholder. I just wanted some sort of accessory that increases her intelligence, because obviously her int is an S stat, and that is what she's using to damage everybody. So, oh yeah, the reason I put Rough Sea on her is because I had 65 Rough Sea scrolls laying around. So I just threw those. If anybody has any better suggestions, let me know. I went with Rough Sea though because it does increase her intelligence by a little bit. When attacking, attack increases by 10% and damage taken is reduced by 15%. So it's just going to make her a little more resilient, taking less damage when she's attacking, staying above that threshold. That's kind of what I was thinking. Now, I don't know if this is the best rune set for her, but like I said, I had 65 of these, so I just threw them. So here is the fun thing about her. Eternal Legend, and she might as well be a legend because we've been hearing about this girl for so long. When unit hit point is above or below 95%, your boy does not get that. There's got to be some sort of translation thing here. I'm sure this girl has a weakness. They're just not going to tell us what it is. So if your hit points are above or below 95%, which I'm pretty sure is effing always, gain the effect damage plus 10%. Unable to be killed by deadly damage triggers a maximum of once per battle, and that once is in red because it does get changed to twice and then 3 times. So each time unit enters battle, 40% chance to restore hit points equal to 30% of the damage dealt. That's ridiculous right there. So even if I attack somebody that's pretty tough and they cut me up a little bit, I got a 40% chance to heal after that. Wow, that's ridiculous because that's really going to help her stay above this threshold, whatever it is. I don't know about this whole 95% thing. Yeah, we're going to have to see about that, but over on the Asian server, I could have sworn it was above 70%. So if you got her to 69% or below, she would be killable. So I don't know where we went from 70% to 95%. I didn't know there was a language barrier with numbers. Anyway, this girl is absolutely just amazing. She is very powerful, not to be underrated. Watch out for her in PvP. You have to find a way to deal with her. You know, one of the best things you could do off the top of my head is try to scathe her with an AoE to get her health down. Of course, it's not telling us where we have to get her health down so that she is killable, above or below 95%. So we're going to have to figure that out. But as far as fusion groups, she is part of Mythical Realm. So this kind of does give me an option to run Jizzaroff with her and kind of do this. I obviously don't have Zarita here, but I can try to make a team now with Gizaroff and Basil and her. We'll see how that goes. She also is in the Princess Alliance, and I think this is really where she is going to be getting ran the most. I plan to run her with Luna. Luna is a very powerful standalone character, and I've already went through that. And this girl is a very powerful standalone character too, without a fusion group. So if you put her and Luna together, it's just going to be ridiculous. That's all I know. This gives me a reason to really not abandon my Luna and to keep working on my Luna and to keep her up to speed. And that way at least I have a decent princess faction. So I do plan on doing that. She is also part of Legion of Glory. So you can run her with your Ledin, with your Elwyn, with your Shares, and with Estelle. So I don't have too much stock into this fusion myself. But man, she really makes this fusion group a lot stronger. She pretty much just makes any party much stronger because you can put her out there to not only soak up damage and come back to life, but with skills like concentration, Oh, consecration. Sorry guys, laptop. Kind of far away. Yeah, this gives her the ability to keep the party healed while she's taking damage. Very useful for her, right? Because you can sacrifice her and she'll come back to life. In the process, you'll heal everybody up a little bit. She gets Holy Justice. Attacks a single enemy dealing 1.6 times damage. I think most of her multipliers are at 1.6 times. Before battle, dispels 5 enemy debuffs and renders them unable to act again and unable to receive buffs. And it lasts for 2 turns, and that cannot be dispelled. You do not want to get tagged with that. And then, of course, we have Discipline. I like Discipline. Discipline's really good on her. It has a 1-turn cooldown. She can always drop this. This is like, I mean, this is staying on her as far as I'm concerned. It's a 1.5, but after battle it restores hit points, 20% of damage dealt. And here's the important part. Melee soldiers also attack. This lets this girl take any melee soldier that she wants, and they're going to get a +1 ranged attack, which is really, really nifty. I like the Amazon champions because they have a chance to decrease the enemy's defense by 20%. So that stacks with Discipline. So when she drops Discipline, she has a chance of breaking the enemy's defense as long as the Amazons are with her. So I like that because then the rest of my troop, the rest of my heroes, they can capitalize on that. After this girl attacks somebody and breaks their defense, everybody else is going to do more. I really like that. Discipline has just always been a solid skill, and that's not all she gets. This girl gets a lot more, obviously. So she has a magic defense break, which is great for her because obviously she attacks with her intelligence. She gets this passive, Tenacity. When attack defense increased by 5%, last 1 turn, can be stacked. This is a possibility if she's really going to be taking a lot of hits because this can stack up. That 5% is pretty nice. Personally, though, I'm going to run Consecration on her. Where is my humidifier? Oh, it's still filled with water. Other than that, we get Faith. Faith is very useful. You guys see this on Chris all the time. When attacking, increased damage dealt by 15%. After battle, restores 2 times the caster's intelligence as hit points to the friendly unit with the lowest hit points. And then on top of that, if you have Gift of Eternal Life and you're healing the character with the lowest hit points with that as well, that just becomes ridiculous. And of course, she gets another passive, Endure. When entering battle, defense increased by 7%. I'm really not going to be using this. I really don't see... I don't see people really using this. But, right here, Godly Menace. That sounds about right. Just look at the description in this thing. They gave us a whole freaking paragraph. It's a 5-turn cooldown. What is this? This is a 5-turn cooldown too. Okay, alright. One and done, son. So attack a single enemy dealing 1.6 damage. Before battle, grants the effects. Before battle, deals fixed damage to the enemy equal to 2 times the intelligence, and restores hit points equals to 2 times your intelligence. Lasts for 2 turns. So for 2 turns, you're going to do that fixed damage, then you're going to get that heal. So after battle, gain the Godly Menace effect. All enemies within 2 blocks span suffer -3 mobility and are unable to guard. Lasts 1 turn. This destroys tanks. This makes it so that a tank is effectively useless. Can't move, and even if they can, they are unable to guard. So this is really important because a lot of times you can get rid of a tank's mobility and keep a tank from blocking. Well, if somebody puts the right buffs on their tank, they can negate that. Okay? But this not only is going to come at you with that mobility break, but even if you are immune to mobility breaks, you're still just going to be unable to guard. So no matter what, this is going to really hinder a tank, and it's going to make your opponent's team a lot more. Oh, sorry guys, man, I need a Halls. Regardless, this is going to make tanks a lot less effective, and this is why this girl really shines in PvP. It's not just because she comes back to life. It's because she has all these nifty abilities that can really mess up a whole team. The one video I saw of this girl taking a whole team on by herself, of course she used Godly Menace and then just started picking people off one by one. And she went through the whole party like that. Yeah, they killed her a couple of times, but she came back to life every time, and that was that. So this is why I was interested in this character. I'll still probably run her as a standalone character and really kind of push her to the limits. I haven't even ran her with a fusion power on her yet, so I cannot wait to run her and Luna together. So, what else do we have to cover? Yeah, this was a huge update, guys. So big that it actually broke my tablet. Langrisser is officially such a large game now with this update that it will not fit on my Samsung tablet. So that kind of sucks because that tablet was only dedicated to Langrisser. I went through and I saw if I could delete anything to make up any more room. I cannot. I really wish that Samsung tablet let you combine memory. That way I could add an SD card to it and it would just increase the overall memory and I could do that. But that's not the case. So your boy's going to have to finally solder his NVIDIA Shield tab together, get a new battery in it, and just put an SD card in that, because that will actually combine the SD card and the hard drive in that device. And I'll have a tablet to play this game on again. Until then, I'm actually running this game on my phone now. It kills me, but it's either the phone or the laptop. So yeah, that's the only problem I've had with this. If anybody else has had a similar issue with this game not fitting on any of their devices now, leave me a comment, alright? You're not the only one going through the struggle. All in all, though, we did get a new boss added to the challenge events in the Secret Realm. I did run this one time, and I got a C+ on it. I didn't run it with the faction groups. To be clear, I ran this without a healer, and I ran this with my Empire team. I didn't take Princess or Yeless to this. But all in all, I can see how it's doable, especially if you bring a healer. My advice, guys, bring a healer. I could have sustained my party a lot longer, obviously, with the healer. I really just wanted to see how bad his bite was. This thing does have a lot of hit points. It does do a good amount of damage, but there's ways around it. So, yeah, we get new bosses to fight. This one's going to be open in 5 days. Fenrir. And, yeah, it looks like we get a bunch of these. So this is cool. This adds something new to this game. I've heard people saying that they're going to quit because they don't think this game's progressing fast enough. And truth be told, I can barely keep up. That's what I told the guy. I was like, man, I can barely keep up. But I'm also playing Last Claudia. Haven't even logged in there today. It's because we got so much going on over here. So in a nutshell, that's what's going on right now. This girl is absolutely phenomenal. I understand they have to power creep the game a little bit right now because Yu Yu Hakusho is around the way. I got about 2,500 crystals. I should have held on to all 4,000 of my crystals, but I tried to get Omega so I could do a review for you guys too. And I like Omega. He's cool. He is a strong and very powerful character. Anybody that gets Omega should really not cry about it. He is super powerful. He's just outshined by Yulia. She's just a little bit more powerful than him. And, you know, rightfully so. We have some very powerful collabs coming. Yu Yu Hakusho's around the corner. So this kind of paves the way for that. I'm saving all my resources for that. That's what I'm doing. Hopefully they will give us another $20 bundle with like 20 summons in it. I can't wait for that. So that's what your boy's doing. I'm saving all my crystals for that. I will enjoy my Yulia. But anybody that runs these factions right now, it's your time to shine if you can pull Yulia. She definitely makes Princess a lot stronger. I think she adds the most, though, to Mythical Realm. Right? Because she's really the only character like herself. She is the Chris for this faction group, and she is Chris on crack, right? So if you're using Gizaroff as a faction buffer, hey, this works well. And she banks off of Gizaroff's faction power very well, because this girl has, 5-turn cooldown abilities. And Gizaroff's faction power is going to let her shave some off the clock. So as soon as she kills somebody, her 5-turn cooldown turns to a 4. Next turn is 3, 2. So effectively, she can whittle down her cooldowns while getting kills. I think that works very well for her. So this is probably Mythical Realm. I feel like she kind of gives this team hope on my account, because I already have a very powerful Bernie. My Basil's fairly powerful. Juggler, kind of working on him a little bit. And Gizaroff I have invested into a little bit. So I can throw Yulia in here. And of course, Lamba. I absolutely love Lamba. So Yulia, Lamba, Gizaroff, and Bernie can be the tank, or Bernie can be damage, and Juggler can be a tank. So I think she adds a lot to that. And overall, I'm very happy. Let's see, what's her other skin look like? She does look more badass with the other skin. It's almost like she has, I don't want to say it's a pirate hat, but it just looks a lot more gnarly. So I do like the other skin that she has. I'm not going to stress it. I don't have it. I'm not going to get it. I put $20 into this banner to get the 20 summons, and I had a couple other tickets. So all in all, I did 30 pulls to pull this girl. After that, I should have just held on to my 4,000 crystal and my 5 remaining tickets. But your boy didn't. I did it for the love. I tried to pull Omega so we could have got a review on him too, but that's just not the case. So I'm going to keep running this girl, see what I find out. If anybody can, provide a better translation of this Eternal Legend ability, this whole 95%, or maybe I'm just not understanding it, please help me understand how above or below 95% is a feasible translation for this, because it's not to me. It doesn't make sense, but maybe somewhere out there to somebody it does make sense. So if that person is you, please leave me a comment, let me know. Yeah, why not? We'll run some Guild Wars. But other than that, guys, I can't stress enough, do not forget to go in there and mess with your bonds. Very important. You don't want to miss out on that. I've already said at the beginning of the video, we can run 18 times. Do it. Get all of your shards, and it gives you a good chance to grind out, some Yulia shards or Omega, whichever one you manage to pull. So Mobile Gamers Unite. I'm going into Guild Wars. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace, everybody.